tuned in to Selfmade TV.
Yeah, well, you're on Selfmade TV nationwide, and we are in Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm with the lovely Miss MiMi Faust from Love&HipHop Atlanta.
Hi.
This is an interview that I have been waiting for, and I guess we're going to cut right to the chase.
Yes.
I'm really excited to know where you are right now in your life. MiMi Faust, where are you today?
I'm busy as hell.
You're busy.
Busy.
Okay.
Working, full-time mom. Of course, I have my MF management. I've got, we're still filming. I'm in the process of moving. It's just real life stuff, you know what I mean?
Okay. So, are you currently in Atlanta, or did you go to LA?
I went to LA for about a few weeks, but
Okay.
I am in Atlanta. I did not move. Just real quick, let me just ask you if this makes sense to you. Why would I pick up and move my life to run behind Stevie
Right.
and Jocelyn? We're not together.
Right.
Why would I do that?
Right.
No.
Which is the question I raised when it came about. After everything you went through with Stevie J, why would you pack up and just go to LA like that?
Exactly. $1 million question. It didn't happen.
So there y'all go. It didn't happen. Everybody wanted to know, she gonna go running. She gonna do.
For what?
I don't know.
Well, I got my own life, and I got my own thing going on. I don't have to run behind Stevie. Shout out to Stevie J. No, I'm good.
And you seem like you're in a really good place right now. You're glowing.
I'm in a great place.
Okay. So here's a big one, because I feel like this was your biggest headache ever since this show premiered. Now that you and Jocelyn have, as far as Love and Hip Hop on the show, you guys, were mature about the situation. Where are you guys now?
We're on speaking terms, oddly enough. I honestly never thought I'd see this day coming, but we actually are cordial. For my daughter's sake, I had to stop the bullshit.
Right.
So that's what made me at the reunion go down and just be like, look, this is enough with this.
So none of that was staged?
No.
Okay.
When I tell you Jesus took the wheel,
Right.
yes, none of it was staged.
Right.
I'm telling you, like something just stood me up and walked me down. The crazy part is I should have been tackled by security.
Right.
Because none of us were supposed to get out of our seats and walk up on
Nobody saw that coming.
I didn't even see it coming, to be perfectly honest with you. But I had to get that out. I had to tell her that, look, this is crazy.
So did you honestly feel like, she felt like you still wanted Stevie J?
Yes, she did. She did.
And you honestly don't?
World. Let me explain something to you. If I wanted that man, it's been 4 years, going on 5. I could have went back and dipped back in that pool. I have not.
Right.
He is my daughter's father. We co-parent. That is it. Jocelyn Hernandez, you won that fair and square, hands down. He is your headache now, boo. You got all of that. All of it. Congratulations. You won the prize.
Y'all heard on Selfmade TV from MiMi Faust herself. It's over.
Over.
Okay, so enough of Jocelyn. Where are you and Stevie J now?
We're friends. I've known Stevie damn near 20 years.
Right.
We're friends. We had a rough hurdle, at the beginning of this whole situation with Love and Hip Hop, because our relationship literally ended because of the show on TV in front of the whole world. Like, I was watching my relationship just crumble.
Right.
On TV. When y'all were watching it, I was watching. I didn't know they were filming together. I didn't know none of that.
Wow.
So that was real. And I was very angry for a very long time. But, I healed and got over it, and we're able to be friends and communicate and, raise our daughter. And that's really all I want.
Right.
So, we're co-parenting. We're getting along.
I was like, so I noticed you said that you pretty much watched you watched you guys' relationship kind of fall apart with the TV and social media and all of that
Yes.
plays a part in that. How does that make you feel? What, I mean, in the moment, what's going through your head?
It was horrible.
It was horrible.
Horrible. I mean, if you can only imagine, you're assuming and thinking that you're, and then you come to find out on Monday night while you're watching television that everything you thought was not.
Right.
It's pretty fucking horrible.
So a lot of the...
It was embarrassing, not to cut you off. It was, I mean, I could go down the list. It was bad.
A lot of the he say, she say that stuff is scripted. It doesn't seem true.
No, there's no script. There's no script. They base the show off of our real lives. So the producer will talk to you. What happened? What's going on with you this week? Get your side. What's going on with you? Talk to me. Talk to him. Talk to her. And they put the show together about what's really happening in our lives at the moment.
Right.
So, and then they'll just put you in a room with that person, and you just got to go for it.
Wow.
So there's no script.
Like different pictures floating around on social media. Like, I don't know, maybe you may post a picture of Jocelyn, or I don't know if of y'all interacting with each other. A lot of people are curious, what relationship you, Stevie J, and Jocelyn, how does that work?
Okay. The pictures that you guys saw, we actually, I went to meet Stevie at lunch, and she was there. So we sat down like adults, and we ate lunch together, and
Right.
afterwards, we just kind of took pictures. That's it. There's nothing else going on.
Not to cut you off. This was one of the. This was a question from a watcher, a fan,
okay.
of my show. I put out, some questions to ask, and they wanted to know, how do you guys interact with each other as a whole? Now that you put it out, there's no more beef. There was, I'm not going to speak on that. We're going to keep it clean. But how do you guys interact as a whole?
There's not that much interaction.
Okay.
If I do, and when I do see them, we're just cordial.
Right.
And
Everyone is an adult.
We're so far. And I take it moment by moment, because you never know what could transpire, what could happen, who could catch feelings about you. You just never know. But right now, this very moment, we're cordial. That's
Right.
it. There's no sex going on. There's no threesomes. Ain't nobody spending the night with
See,
nobody.
I wanted you to get to that by yourself. I didn't want to just be,
Nothing sexual is going on between him, her, and I. Those two, they together, they do what they do.
Right.
Me, I'm not involved in any of that.
Right. What is it? I mean, this Jocelyn, how do you deal with it?
I don't. I don't.
I've had an opportunity to work with Jocelyn. I brought her to Fort Worth, Texas, and I experienced it for myself rather than just seeing it on TV.
You have to experience
And it is
her
real.
for yourself.
It's not. There's nothing. There's no script. There's no acting.
No.
She is exactly who she portrays to be on TV.
Very strong personality. All the time. So, I mean, once you've been around somebody a few times and you know how they move, then you know how to move.
Right.
So, I
That's
know how to
kinda
move.
Kind of being the bigger person.
Somebody got to be the bigger person.
Right. Now, let's get to the big question.
Come on with it. Come with it.
And I just want to, I just want you to be 100% real. What toll did this sex tape, sex scandal, porn, whatever you want to call it, what toll did this take on your life?
Huge toll. I was vulnerable, and I did something that I could never take back. And that was the first time I had done something that I could not ever take back.
Right.
Once I agreed to do that with Nico, it was a wrap. He took that and ran with it so far. I there was nothing else I could do at that point but just go through the motions, and wherever the cards fell, I had to just deal with it.
Right.
So it took a huge toll. I was depressed. I cried a lot, and I knew about this about 9 months before the public knew about it.
Right.
So I beat myself up on a daily basis, but I had to just put my fucking seatbelt on and just go for the ride, because I couldn't change it.
What kept you from, eventually you came out and you were honest about everything, but what kept you so long from telling people what really happened?
Because I felt like him and I did this together, and that was our thing, that was our secret. But
Right.
he proved me wrong, and he threw me under the bus. So you figure if you do something with somebody and you're like, okay, this is what we gonna say it is, and that's that. And he threw me under the bus, so
Right.
he showed his true colors and character.
And how did of course it became a big thing. How did the executive producers get involved with it? I want to say different. What do you call it? Didn't you guys shoot with a company or something like
Yes. How did they get involved with
Yeah.
it? Okay, so after we did what we did at home, he shopped the tape around. So I got a phone call from Vivid Entertainment, and they're saying, look, this tape is being shopped around, and we want to have a conversation with you in person. So they flew us to LA, and they took me to the side and was like, is this your man, your boyfriend? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh, righty then. They were like, well, in so many words, he's shopping this all over the place, and there's a lot of slimy sleazeball companies that could get their hands on this, and you might not get a dime for it.
Right.
If it's going to be out there, which it was, you might as well get paid for it being out there instead of it being out there for free.
Right.
That's when I made the decision to sign the contract with the company.
Do you mind telling us what the contract, like, as far as financially,
I get paid quarterly, like the music business.
Right.
So every few months I get a check, and I will get a check for the rest of my life. That's the deal that I worked out with them.
Right.
So I will get a check forever. People watch porn, I guess, all the time. I'm not a big porn watcher, but I, did my research as I got into this, and it could be 10 years from now. Somebody might be like, oh, let me get this tape, and I'm gonna get checked.
Right.
So and then when I pass away, it's gonna go down to my daughter. That's the deal that I worked out. If it's gonna be out there, then, and people are gonna be watching it, hey.
So what led to you just coming out about it?
I just got sick of, again, the bullshit.
Right.
Bottom line.
Nobody should have. We're all adults.
I just got tired of, and then once I found out about his wife, and he brought his wife on the show, I was just like, really?
So do you have any dealings with Nico at the moment?
No, that would be a big fat no. I haven't talked to Nico in, I don't know, a year and a half. No, nothing.
The allegations that's being made about him, what do you make of that? I know one thing I do know is that people will put anything out.
Yes, they
and I know
will.
once they put something out, it could be false, it could be true. Whether it's true or false, people are going to take it and they're going to run with it.
Yes.
Especially if you are a big, you guys are on one of the main shows, So what do you make of those allegations?
If you don't have anything nice to say.
Right. Mama told us that a long time ago. Do you think anything that's transpired from the time this show premiered to now, everything that's took place in your life, everything that's happened, how has it affected you? Good and bad?
It's made me stronger. I can definitely say that. Reality TV is not for everybody. You have to have a real thick skin.
Right.
You can be on the outside looking in and be like, oh, I could do that. But once it is actually happening to you, and you have people that have never met you, will never meet you, calling you all kinds of names, diminishing your character, just talking about your child, it's a lot. So you have to develop a thick skin to deal with this and to just be okay with it and keep going and, just shake it off. So the one thing I can say is it's made me stronger.
Out of all of your cast, your cast members, who do you have the closest relationship with? Who is it that you really deal with? I know you have a good relationship with
Arian.
Okay, who is that really who you cope with from the show in your everyday life?
And what's so crazy? No, I've known Arian for about 12 years, but we are both on the same show, and we're so busy now, and she got her life and doing her thing, and I'm doing my thing, that we don't even hang out anymore. She's still my girl, don't get me wrong, but no, for real, after I started doing this process, my circle has gotten real small, because I really found out who was who in my life. A lot of people just flipped out on me. People that I thought were my girls, or people I thought were friends of mine, and I'm like, whoa. And they want to turn it around on me. Oh, you changed. No, sweetheart, you changed. I've been the same the whole time. The only thing that's changed about me is my schedule and my pay grade. But as far as I haven't changed, I've been the same person this whole time. Y'all the ones that have changed.
Right.
So yeah, my circle has gotten a whole lot smaller.
Do you think going back to the sex thing, the sex scandal, sex tape, whatever? Do you think that accelerated?
What,
accelerated
business?
your business, your career?
No, I wouldn't say that. Don't get me wrong, sex sells, and I recall that season I got a lot of bookings. But I think people were just curious, and people didn't know. People thought I don't know if they thought I was gonna come out naked swinging on the shower rod. I don't know what they thought, but
Hashtag shower rod queen.
they swear to God. I would get to the club and they'd be looking at me
He put
like...
that on his Facebook.
It was crazy. I would go to the clubs, there'd be shower rods in there. I'm like,
what?
Yeah, but
We
crazy.
should have put it.
I'm like, I don't know.
Nobody said do it though.
I don't know what y'all were thinking.
Well, I would be scared to do that because I wouldn't want you to think I'm, trying to call you
I mean, it was what it was. Honest to God, the whole shower thing was, I was hot, I was sweaty. I had been doing that for a while. I wanted to fucking take a shower. It was plain and simple. It wasn't planned. I just was like, I just want to take a shower. And it just kept going. So, let me tell you how I got on the show. It was crazy. T.I.'s general manager, her name is Hannah Kane. Shout out Hannah, my homegirl. She sent me a text message on a Monday, and she said, do you and Stevie want to go out for the casting of Love and Hip Hop? They're having an Atlanta show. So I was like, need more information. She hits me back and says, Wednesday, 4 o'clock, Mansion Hotel. And I'm looking at my phone like, that's all you gonna say? So I called Stevie, and I'm like, you want to go out for casting of the show? They're casting for Love and HipHop Atlanta, whatever. Oh, we had the biggest argument. He wasn't going to do it with me. I got to sign confidentiality papers, all of this. I was like, whatever. I'm going to go down there anyway, okay? A day and a half, mind you, because this is Monday afternoon. I get down there Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Who's sitting in the lobby?
Stevie.
He's going to beat me there.
Right.
He's in the lobby, fresh to death. I was like, oh, really? After you just cussed me out, said you wasn't going to do it, fuck me, blah, blah, blah. Here you are. You done beat me here. We had an argument right there in the lobby of the hotel.
Right.
It wasn't loud or whatever, but you could tell if you was passing by that it was a problem. We under the breath to fuck yous and all of that. So Mona's assistant sees us. She was like, we didn't think you guys were coming because we haven't down there like 10 minutes just arguing. We go upstairs. She takes us. We didn't know where we were going because the hotel was huge. There were no signs. We didn't know where to go. She takes us to the conference room. We sit in there. So they're like, so tell us about yourselves. Stevie turns into this fucking saint and starts talking about the universe and the sun, the moon, and the stars and when the planets align. And I'm like, the fuck?
Right.
You just got finished cussing me out and calling me all kind of bitches and shit. When I tell you I was livid, I couldn't even, my jaws was clenched up. I was shaking my foot. I let him do this for like, I don't know, a good 4 minutes, talking about, I don't know what he was talking about. I was like, y'all want to know what the problem is? I said, this motherfucker don't know how to come home at night. And when I said that,
They knew they had a show.
everybody was like, tell us more. Tell us more.
Right.
He kicking me like, shut up. I'm like, no, fuck that. So I just went, because I was like, for real, we was going through it. I knew he was fucking around. I just didn't know with who at the time. So that's how we got Love and Hip Hop. Had I kept my mouth shut, there would be no Stevie, no Jocelyn, and no me. Let's be clear.
Wow.
Yes. So, you're welcome.
You never know. You never know. People take things and portray them one way, and it's a whole nother fucking story.
Yeah, it was crazy. And literally, our lives changed just like that. They hired us. We had our second interview a week later, and we got the job. And here we are 5 seasons later. So,
let's talk about MF Management.
yes.
Where is this company? Like, what has transpired?
Not a whole lot. To be perfectly honest with you. Management it's difficult.
We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, it's difficult. You have to have a lot of time,
Right.
patience, energy. I have the resources, don't get me wrong. I got resources for days. It's one of the main reasons why I thought this would be a good thing for me to do.
Right.
But the time, I just don't have the time. Like,
Right.
our filming schedule, we film 10 months out of the year. We have the longest filming schedule out of any reality show. And from filming 5 days a week, sometimes on the weekends, and raising my daughter and everything else that I'm doing, it's just like, where do I find the time? That's why Jessica was mad at me, because she was like, you haven't done anything for me. And I get her frustration. I was just too fucking busy to buckle down, and you know what I'm saying? So, I did what I could do, but I'm gonna need a team. Like, ain't no way I could do this by myself. I need a team
Right.
to, help me.
So is it on
facilitate.
pause right now? Or?
This very second, yes. This very second, yes, because like I said, got so much other stuff
When
going
I
on.
saw it, I thought it was a great idea. I said, oh yeah, she's working.
Yeah,
It goes along with the field she's in. She's got resources, and they're in that,
Yeah.
that Black Hollywood, Atlanta.
it would be amazing if I wasn't filming and could just devote, at least even 50% of my time to MF Management. It would go crazy, but I just gotta find some time.
So do you and Jessica Dahmer, do y'all speak? Do y'all talk?
Yeah, we speak. We're cool.
Okay.
Yeah, we squashed everything, and we cool now.
Is there anything that you would like the public eye to know? Is there anything you want people to know about MiMi Faust that you could leave them with?
Yeah, I think pretty much that people think people on TV, we're these, I don't know what, but we're regular people. Like,
Yeah, we're sitting right next to each other.
yes, we regular
I'm
people.
unknown, and she's, yeah.
Exactly. We got feelings. We get emotional. Like, we are regular people.
Right.
So, I think the most frustrating thing is the internet bullying. Like, that's just gotta stop. That's just not okay. You're.
Yeah, I hope you know you're talking to ghosts, like they're not gonna listen to
I
you.
know they're not listening, but at least I'm putting it
Right.
out there.
Right.
You may not listen. It might be 1 or 2 that take heed to this shit, but it's not okay. Especially if you want to say something about me, I'm an adult, that's fine. But when you start attacking people's children, and I think a lot of times now people do it just to get a response. They do it just so the person will come back and respond to them, so they can act the Shade Room and they can act, on World Star. That's just not cool. That ain't cool, y'all. Cut that out.
Will any of this hoopla, hurrah, sack, will any of this ever affect Eva?
Of course it will. Absolutely. Like I said, she's a real human being. She has feelings. And one day somebody's going to come to her, say something to her, call her mama a slut, a hoe, whatever, because that's what people do. And yes, it's going to affect her. But what I'm gonna do, like I do everything else, I will sit her down and explain to her exactly what happened. Like I have to explain to her when people run up in schools and shoot a bunch of kids, or everything else that I have to explain to her. I will parent her like I do any other time.
This
So,
Halloween, where is she at?
she's at a Halloween party. I can show you the pictures. My nanny just sent me the pictures. So cute. She was a booth from the movie Home.
Okay.
So she's a booth.
She sounds like she is spoiled rotten. I heard it on the phone. I think that's gonna wrap it up. I got it. Exclusive interview with
Yes.
MiMi Faust. I thought it was Faust until I heard on the commercial. She's like MiMi Faust.
Faust. It's German.
That's a very unique name.
I have an African first name and a German last name.
Okay. So how do you pronounce your real name?
It's Oluremi.
Say it again.
Oluremi.
Oluremi.
Oluremi Fela Faust.
Because I was looking at it and I was like,
Yes, African. It's a little.
MiMi?
It's tricky.
okay.
Also, so how I got MiMi, I was a baby, and my mother kept saying, "Say Oluremi," and all I could get out was "Oh Mimi." So I actually gave myself my own nickname.
Okay. All right. Well, Dallas Fort Worth. We are in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yes,
Fort Worth, Texas. We going to Empire Lounge tonight?
Empire Lounge.
Empire Lounge tonight.
Halloween costume party. Y'all put on your best costume because we're gonna have a contest. So I'm gonna be judging the best
I'm
costume.
gonna take pictures of her
Come
costume. So
with it.
She better brought something. If it ain't,
I brought a little
we
something.
gonna world star that.
I brought something.
There you have it. Selfmade TV. I'm your host, Mr. Walk Like Jordan. We out. I wasn't nervous because I thought I was.